I'm Kevin Brinegar with the Indiana Chamber. Indiana's environment is cleaner than it's ever been in our lifetimes, but such substantial progress here and in other parts of the country is not enough for the Federal Environmental Protection Agency. Smart, necessary regulations make sense. However, that's the opposite of what we have with the new directions to strictly limit carbon emissions from the nation's existing coal-fired power plant. It's completely unreasonable given our nation's energy needs. What's more, this new EPA regulation will barely even move the needle towards reducing carbon emissions. That reduction is projected to be less than 2%. Yet it will deal a substantial blow to the national and state economies. The Institute for 21st Century Energy predicts the regulation will result in a whopping $51 billion in annual economic losses through 2030. On top of that, some 224,000 Americans will lose their jobs and consumers will pay $289 billion more for electricity. Separately, the U.S. Department of Energy has estimated that electricity costs could increase as much as 80%. Most Hoosier businesses and families can't afford to pay that, and they certainly can't afford a slumping economy and job market. There will also be other secondary effects. For example, 20% of your water bill is driven by energy costs due to the pumping of the water, so that monthly expense will increase too. Indiana is the #1 per capita manufacturing state in the nation and will certainly be hit hard by this regulation if it's enacted. Over 80% of Indiana's electric power comes from coal. Despite diversification efforts, it remains Indiana's primary energy source. We encourage you to let the EPA know your thoughts on this latest regulation by visiting indianachamber.com/EPA. Also, let your members of Congress know they need to take action before irreparable damage is done to our economy.